Happy New Year, everyone. This is how I celebrate a new year, mornings. Although I did make it up past midnight last night, but only by like 5 minutes. And I think I was actually brushing my teeth at the stroke of midnight. So I'm not so much of a holiday person. I don't know, that's just something about me and maybe my family of origin, but I think it just puts so much pressure on people, on those specific days and times, and and that's not such a joyful feeling for a lot of people, and then we end up pretending. But anyway, I hope you all had a happy new year. That's not a very happy note to start on, is it? As you can see, I've got these polka dots behind me. What is that about? It's an umbrella. And my words for the year, I set some intentions for the first. I've never really done that before, but I've got a lot of friends that do it, and I thought, let me try it. Just to hold myself accountable and really give me a vision for the year to help me even on the days when I don't want to, we all have those days when we don't want to show up for ourselves or for other people, but the power of setting an intention, can it really help you? So I'm going to do an experiment. And part of that experiment for me is going to be showing up here really for myself, just to hold myself accountable. If this helps other people, then that's just a bonus. But my words for the year are rise and shine. And that, to me, part of that is going to mean getting outside at the time of sunrise. And today, it's a rainy day, but I'm out here. You can see I have not even bothered to brush my hair yet. I've had my first cup of coffee, but I slept a little bit later. As you all will get to know me, many of you will probably miss these posts because they'll probably come. Well, I guess if I'm going to do them at sunrise, maybe you won't. But I get up super duper early. I'm usually up by about 5:30. But when I started on my whole sort of journey to change some things in my life that weren't working for me, and to really become who I thought I had the potential to be, like at a bare minimum, lose some weight, have a little more energy, kind of the basic things that a lot of us, when you hit your middle age years, you kind of start looking around and you're going, wait a minute, what happened? I made a detour somewhere. What's going on? And it's those little habits that you develop that seem so innocent that can really, create that detour. And then you look in the mirror one day and you're like, what the heck? You get sidelined and busy focusing on other people, for those of us that have children and spouses and work and all that. And without being intentional, you unintentionally veer off. So then how do you course correct and get back? Well, that's a lot of work because our human brain loves to be on autopilot, and our GPS coordinates and our autopilot has gotten off. And so to get it back on track, hopefully this analogy is actually true because I'm not a pilot, but the pilot has to get back in control and get things back on track. So that is part of I've done a lot of work the last few years, but one of the first people that I started actually following on social media was somebody who did this very thing. He would get up every morning and he would get on his Facebook Live and just talk about, his alcohol. He was specifically focused on his alcohol-free adventure. And that really made a difference to me. I loved watching that in the mornings. I could never watch it live because he was in the UK. And his name is Andy Ramage, so I do want to give props to him. And he used to be part of a company called 1 Year No Beer. And that company still exists, but he has gone off on his own and become a life coach and just created a thriving business. And so I still follow him, and he still is an inspiration because I've actually literally followed in his footsteps. So here I am doing something similar, but of course it will have my flair and my unique voice attached to it, and what getting up. So I already get up early, so that part is the easy part for me. But getting up and getting dressed and getting out, that is the challenge. For those of you that are familiar with the Enneagram, which that is a part of my coaching and how I look at things, but it's not a necessary part for you. It's just something, so if you hear me refer to it and you're interested, check it out or keep listening because I will keep talking about it. And if not, just, it won't be an essential part to understand anything that I say. But I am what they call a peacemaker, and the corresponding number is a 9. And sometimes my autopilot and my default settings is to be still, which makes sense. Peace. When you think about peace, you think about calmness, stillness, quiet. So those are sort of my natural default settings. But I'm also a really ambitious person. As you can see, this inner conflict I have. Because a lot of ambition and getting things done requires a movement, lots of movement. And I do move a lot, but sometimes, especially in the morning, when sitting there with a cup of coffee, and things are so peaceful, and I'm the first one up, I can really get stuck there. Can anybody relate? Blah, blah, blah. And if you heard a train in the background, you know what? This is probably not the best view to look at. Not me with the polka dots. I'm going to see if I can turn around. But I am lucky enough to live by a beautiful park. So this is where I plan on getting up and spending my mornings. Oh, and I don't think I ever told you all my words. Rise and shine. As you get to know me and follow me, you'll realize that I have a very busy brain, and sometimes my mouth can't keep up. And so I will, and I'm really working on it. I've gotten a lot better. But I will start sentences and then not finish. And I'll just go over here. I hate watching myself on replay. I don't do it, so because I'll cringe and go, ugh. So anyway, I just thought I would bring you along on my January 1st, Rise and Shine walk. And we'll see, probably a few weeks from now, I am in Kentucky. So it could very well be snowing and in the 20s in January and February. So we'll see. So that's why I'm like, well, girl, you need to be on social media more because that's just part of being a business owner. And I am also a real estate agent. So I know I'm going to be posting these on my real estate page as well. And a lot of what we even do in real estate is coaching and real life stuff. We get involved in people's lives and helping them make decisions, helping them stay on course and stay true to themselves because, it's easy to get caught up if you've ever bought or sold a home, to get caught up in an emotional moment and then forget your goals of the house that you said that you wanted, the house that you said you wanted to sell, It can be, that's your home. And then you have to start looking at a home as a product. And that can be really tough. And it's one of the top 5 life change events that people go through. So I think that this will also benefit. I don't know how. Part of what has held me back the past year, I realized, was I really love being a life coach now, but I really love real estate as well. And I have so enjoyed my real estate career. And I think part of my ego, my little me, my enemy, whatever you will call it, has really kept me confused. Like, how are you going to do this? What is this going to look like? But I don't know. God knows. That's who knows. And He has really placed it in my heart to not fully step out of real estate, maybe even coaching real estate agents, because I understand the pressures that we go through. It's hard to have boundaries with people that you get close to and you want to help. And the crazy housing market right now. Oh my goodness. You feel like if you don't get to that house in the first 5 minutes, you'll lose your chance. And trying to have, for even home, buyers and sellers to have boundaries around that, and then the people that serve buyers and sellers. It's hard to have our own life or feel like we are entitled to that when, these time-sensitive transactions, because each house is unique. Once one hits the market, it's not like you can go buy another one unless you're working with a big builder. And that's a whole nother ball game. You've got to be willing to wait and find temporary housing. Anywho, getting way off subject here. And the sun has risen. It's really drizzling. I really don't need this umbrella. But I hope you'll go on with me on my Own It adventure and see what it is, how this will all unfold. I am going to totally trust God in the process. That is, to me, that's part of owning it. It's not all up to me. It's me owning my faith, my trust, if I really believe God is who He says He is, who am I to think my plan is better and my way is better and to shrink myself and keep myself on the human plane potential. So let's go on an adventure together. We can rise and shine together. And if I can even help one person, there was a particular group of people that really came to my heart this morning, but I am not going to keep yammering about that and jumping all over the place, because believe me, I can. That's what my podcasts and my other things are for. And I'm going to be here every day, so I got plenty of time, right? So I need to slow it down. And let me turn it around one more time. Our park system has built this beautiful new shelter where we can sit and enjoy this beautiful view. And our local, hopefully you can hear me over the rain. This is a tin roof. Should probably step out of it because it's a little louder. And the rain is picking up. But our local Boy Scouts have also started a project to clear a lot of the underbrush from around this beautiful lake, so that those of us that come here every day can enjoy it even more and watch the ducks and the wildlife and the cows that are on the other side, the pasture. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful first day of 2022. Mine is certainly off to a good start, and I got to keep showing up for every day this year. So I got to use this to hold me accountable, and you all do the same for me. And whatever I can do to help hold you accountable, I have a group called Own It, and we can all go in and help hold each other accountable for whatever it is that we want to particularly work on at the moment. What do you want to own? Is it losing a few pounds? Is it leveling up your career? Is it improving your marriage, your parenting? Do you have some broken relationships in your family, and COVID has helped you to realize that time is short and unpredictable. Life here on this planet is unpredictable. So let's not waste another minute. All right. Love you guys. Bye.